What's up guys, and welcome to the WeatherNow YouTube channel. In today's video we will be going over the storm that is going to impact areas of the east and even bring some severe weather into the southeast and some freezing rain and snow into the northeast. After that we'll be going over the pattern change for March and looking at how the beginning to halfway through March could be very wet in a lot of areas of our country. Anyway, let's get straight into it. So first, we're going to take a look at the model runs from this afternoon and give you the most updated information. So taking a look at the GFS model, if you put this in motion, you can see as this kind of clipper system comes down from the Great Lakes region, it will bring a little bit of a swath of snow down into Pennsylvania, into the northeast, and then that kind of gets out of here, bringing at most up to 2 inches. But then our real system gets going here on the the morning of March 2nd, and you can see it starts in the plains in Kansas and those states, and it kind of starts to get juiced up a little bit, and it has some snow in the northern part of it, and then you have a little bit of a running event, as you'll see here as I put this in motion, and that will produce some ice potentially in some regions. So anyway, you put this in motion and it continues to move eastward as it kind of weakens a little bit, and it may bring some snow into Virginia and maybe even up into Maryland, and then it kind of gets on out of here. But what we were looking at a few days ago is that system to be more juiced up and more amped up, but now we're looking at it to be a little bit weaker, and the main system kind of comes in right behind it, and it kind of connects with that system and pushes up towards the north and east. So then you put this in motion again, and you have the storm system kind of coming in, a piece of energy coming in from the west, and it connects with that piece of energy that just moved through and is in the east, and then it kind of creates this storm that is going to bring some, if you're in this region up in the north in Pennsylvania, it could bring some snow at first and then switch to freezing rain, because what's happening is there's cold air aloft and the rain is coming down, or it's snowing up in the atmosphere, but then as it comes down and reaches the ground, it is freezing, and then it gets on power lines and causes a ton of damage to everything like that. And if you're in that region, then it could be dangerous, but it's looking more like it's going to be more of a rain event for a lot of the regions in the northeast, and then you continue to put it in motion, and this kind of drops maybe up to 4 to 5 inches in the northeast, and then it kind of gets on out of here, and then we have another storm system coming in the back of it, which I think could be produce a line of severe weather and thunderstorms moving into the 4th of March. And you see that the storm system kind of moves up into the Great Lakes region, and then you have this area of severe weather down moving across the south. And I think that could produce some thunderstorms and have convectivity. And if you look at the SPC outlooks, this is for today, you have a marginal risk for severe weather down into Florida and areas like that, and then another area in the central United States. And then if you take a look at the day 4 to 8 area, or day 7, which is about when we were looking at, actually the data is not out yet, but if you look at this right here, you can see that we are going to be dealing with some severe weather definitely over the next coming days. And I think that the pattern will continue to support this as we move into March, and then maybe around March 15th, there's a possibility that we get another Arctic air outbreak, and a piece of the polar vortex drops off, but that's 15 days away, and it's a little bit too far away to really talk about right now. But for the first week of March or so, it's going to be a pattern of very warm temperatures. You're going to get that spring fever, and there's just going to be lines of storm after lines of storm, and you can just see as I keep this going. It just supports a very rainy pattern and lots of severe weather, even into early March, which is kind of surprising, but we've seen it before. And if you take a look at the temperatures, then you can see that, where is this? Bear with me, guys. Here we go. You can see that as you move into March, this is March 1st, you can see those dark reds pop up, and then you get kind of that last wave through the second to the fourth of cold air moving into the northeast, and then after that you just get this warm pattern where the warm air is just here to stay for the first couple bits of March. And then you can see around the 15th we do cool down a little bit here on the 15th, and that's too far away really to talk about, but we could be dealing with one more cold piece from the whole polar vortex breaking off as we get through the middle of March. But if you're ready for this winter weather to be over, it's looking like we're heading towards spring. You're gonna get the spring fever here in the next couple of days and coming weeks as everything continues to warm up. A lot of that snowpack will continue to melt in the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic from that blizzard that we got, and yeah, just warm temperatures, really. And if you take a look at the rain amounts, you're going to get a ton of rain, and this pattern supports a ton of rain. You could get up to 8 inches in some areas if you just keep this going. I mean, you can see they're getting up to 8 inches here in the middle of the United States, and just a ton of precipitation, just a very wet pattern, and this could support flooding and severe weather outbreaks, as I said. If you guys like this video, hit the like button. If you like the weather, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.